Welcome. Welcome to 10 AAC Solutions to Communicate in School and Community Settings. My name is Joni Nygard. I'm a Vice President at Attainment Company, and I'm thrilled to see all of you here in the product demo area. Please know that I do have a handout available, and for all that gave me their email, I will email it directly to you with those top 10 solutions on it. Because we're videotaping, I opted to show a few PowerPoint videos to illustrate some of the points, but we're going to have to go pretty fast to get 10 ideas in 20 minutes or less. So here we go. First thing I want you to know is that communication is the key. It can unlock so many things for students with complex communication needs. We want them to be active participants. Participation model by David Buchelman and Pat Miranda is a very important piece of literature in our field and a model that was brought forward to help students participate at every level. So one of the things that I want to think about is how do we at Attainment Company help kids participate? And we do that through a variety of curriculum, which we provide a wide span of curriculum across the ages. We do that through access. In our Go Talk Now app, you can use scanning and other alternative access methods. And of course, we have a number of other communication tools. So I just really want you to think about participation as we go. We also have a fabulous in-app purchase in the iPad in Go Talk Now called Participate Now. And it's not so easy to switch between the iPad. One sec. Essentially, it's an in-app purchase called Participate Now. I'll try to show it at the end if I can. And essentially, it's geared for K through 2 for individuals to be able to communicate in classrooms. What did a first grade teacher say someone needed to do? Count by 10. So there are pages all pre-programmed for you to be able to do that in Participate Now using the Miranda Buchelman model. I guess one of the reasons I share that is I think it's really important that we provide research-based solutions to any kind of communication issue that comes up. And another piece of research out there is Communication Temptations by Weatherby and Prezant. Very important for us to provide that motivation to increase students' desires to communicate, make communication fun, because if we're having fun, it's kind of cool. We have to establish the power of communication and increase spontaneous use of language. There's different communication temptation options. One of the tools that we provide at Attainment Company is our brand new Go Talk Duo. The Duo has 2 single messages or 1 message. So you can use it for 3 total messages, but either a 2 or a 1. How to make it fun? Using social media. Let's program it. I'm going to pop it into record mode. I'm going to say, I like Facebook. Hey, let's put that on Instagram. And I have to say, with the microphone, it might be really loud.
I like Facebook. Hey, let's put that on Instagram.
So again, provide some communication, interaction, and motivation. Go Talk Duo, our new low-tech communication device. And here's an example of a little video clip using Go Talk Now with a young man using it in a math activity. Hopefully the video will have sound. Oops. I don't think... Guess we don't have sound. But you can see that he's interactively participating in his, I think it's a kindergarten classroom or it might be preschool. And he's doing a number activity, doing some matching and using his receptive language tools as a response mode. Sorry about that. Communication partners. You've probably heard a lot about partners at this conference. It's so important that we access our partners. They're really our listener. They're our main person we're trying to communicate with. Just like I'm trying to reach all of you, even though it's in a noisy environment, we're trying to focus and say, hey, what do we need to know about communication partners? Most natural speakers, no matter what their profession, are not prepared to interact with people who use AAC techniques. And Dr. Sarah Blackstone told us that in our field years ago, and it's still very true today. None of us are truly prepared. One of the tools that's out there is the social networks. Anybody familiar with that? Okay, all right. I see at least one or two head nods. This is a great tool. There's a video program. It's an assessment tool so that you can get on the same page as the communicator who's using AAC as well as the family. So it comes with a manual and an inventory booklet. And it's based on circles and who's in your initial inner circle that you communicate most intently and who's in those outside circles that are actually maybe paid to be communicated with. You know, I used to think as a speech therapist I might be one of the best partners that this person had. But really, I'm a paid partner. I'm way out in circle 4. I have to bring that in. I have to have communication strategies that can work across that individual's lifetime. And who are those long-term partners? This is just a great tool. I especially utilize it when I'm dealing with difficult situations, or maybe not everybody on the team thinks that AAC is the best option. It's a great way to get people's feedback, and it's a questionnaire format. So again, social networks is a great tool for communication partners. And here's a great example. Now, I'm going to just try the video one more time. Do we have any? Oh, I found another button. Maybe if I push it. This is peer mentorship. What a wonderful, I believe this is in a middle school, 7th or 8th grade. And this young man, shoot. Oh, wish you could hear Carson. He's working directly with Samuel, and he's a fabulous peer mentor. At least you can kind of see the interaction. They're working in an English language arts activity, and this is in the great state of Kentucky. You can see that they're working on the different pieces. This young man offered us an interview when I was there that day to tape, and he said, it's just been so great for me to be able to come in and work with my friend. I recommend it to anybody. He said, all my peers wish they could do this because I get to do all these cool things and I get the chance to interact with one of my friends that I see in the hallway and I see outside of school sometimes, and we would have never become friends if I hadn't been a peer mentor. So it's really cool how, and he can earn community service hours within his school in some class or a program that they have to be that peer mentor. I'm so sorry that you can't hear Carson's exact words because he was just a gem. Another quick tip. Okay, we're on to 4 or 5, right, guys? You got some ideas to take home? Teaching core words. Who's been to a session on core words here? Oh, at least half of us, right? And certainly Attainment's contribution to that was to publish Carol Zangari's work and Lori Weiss. A teacher and a speech therapist team together to bring you Tell Me in the preschool classroom. Anybody utilizing it? All right. Oh, yes. All right. We have 3 consumers that could probably tell us more about it than I can. But it's a really great program. As an SLP, I wish I'd had this 20 years ago because I think that it, for the first time, gives us a strategy and gives us a way in which we can teach those core words, and we can teach kids to help kids with augmentative communication needs to interact in their regular ed classrooms. This program actually comes with a thumb drive, and it is based on 11 storybooks. So, you know, all of us do a lot of literacy activities, and it offers you all of those activities on this USB drive. So you get just a boatload of resources and information about how to teach core words. And of course, do you have to use a Go Talk with all the users of Tell Me? No. The cool thing about the Tell Me program is you can use any AAC tool. And if you don't have an AAC tool, you can actually use the picture symbols that come with the program to start out a student with at least picture communication. So there's lots of options within Tell Me to be able to learn some of those core words. Provide your students with power. Hey, we're doing pretty good. Almost halfway done. I have number 5. I just put picture supports. It's really a reminder for me to talk about all the different options for people to have different communication overlays or grids or layouts. Sometimes if we plan out our paper versions similar to a device that we think that student's heading towards, it's really helpful because that motor planning is really an innate part of people's brains as they learn communication. So to always be changing the words doesn't always help them. So I think there's a lot of different picture supports. And one of the options that Attainment provides is a communication workbook. You could use any kind of communication images here to go out in your community. Obviously, somebody was hungry when they created this one. Lots of different picture foods, beverages, and maybe going to the grocery store. You could use these creative tabs. I have people who have cut them up and made silly storybooks out of them so that the student can flip and make different silly pages. All of those things are going to help people communicate. You could use a 1-picture layout, or you could put 10 pictures in one of the little pockets. So again, just a really low-tech, nice solution, really durable, and I love the fact that it lays flat. A lot of our students need tools that can open up for them and really lay flat. Picture overlays. Obviously, I'm going to hold this one up just to remind you, just because we use a tool, say for the example, the GoTalk 32 or the GoTalk 20, a GoTalk 9, you don't always have to fill up each and every space. It's okay to leave some white space. It's okay to have a strategy in which to teach people. This is an overlay that was adapted by Dr. Yvonne Gillette, Achieving Communication Competence Program, 3 Steps to Communication. She's got a green for a coloring for a starting point, and the red is the ending point. So on her overlays, she leaves uses a strategy to provide a script for individuals to communicate in that environment. So again, we all have our different strategies to use picture overlays. That happens to be Yvonne Gillette's Achieving Communication Competence. I believe that we also have that over at the booth. And the booth number is 404, in case you want to head there. And hopefully all of you have filled out a card. I know I have several of them here, but I see Elena's here. If anyone wants to hold up a card, if you still have one, she'll grab them, because we'll draw for a door prize or 2 at the end of course. And we put out some catalogs and some updated sheets on your information on your table. All right, I got to stick with my agenda. Picture supports, we're moving right on up. Oh, I love it. Successful communication, low tech, mid tech. Uh-oh, why did I wear this? You ready?
A good chocolate shake sounds wonderful.
Okay, you could hear it?
You like French fries?
Some of you at least up here can even still hear it now, right? Amazing sound quality. I have to say that myself. But ultimately, it's called the GoTalk Go. It is shipping. They are sell for $199. They are 3 levels, 3 message communication devices. And if you don't need a wrist model, but you have someone who needs to wear something around their neck, clip it to a belt, or use magnetics on the classroom smartboard, you've got a 4-message, high-quality, low-tech device.
Nashville Airport's the best. Do you like to take taxis, or do you prefer an Uber?
So again, you can program any message. The red button, technically you need a little tool, but most of us can figure out ways to access it with our fingers if we need to on the go. It was purposeful so that it wouldn't be super easy for any consumer to erase messages. The green button is the level buttons. Again, 3 levels, 4 messages, 12 messages total. for $199. Both of these tools are low-tech, mid-tech. They happen to be our new ones, I think with better voice quality and better touch. So this is done along the lines of the light touch Go Talk, and this is using capacitive touch so that the pad of your finger barely has to approach it before you can activate it.
You like French fries?
So that is the Go Talk wearables, and I'm sure you'll see more wearables as we move on in the field. This is just a reminder about our curriculum. The early numeracy, it's a video, so I won't play it since we don't have the sound. But ultimately, you can use these low to mid-tech tools within curriculum to help children communicate responses or additional information about a lesson. Some of the high-tech devices out there and available, of course, there are lots of them, and you can see them all in the hall. Ours happens to be the Go Talk Now communication app. And as of yesterday, how many Go Talk Now users do we have? Or people have seen it. Okay, yesterday, you all who own it got a new update. In that update, I'm going to risk it in a minute. I'll show you. But ultimately, you've got a new look. So cosmetically, it looks a little bit different. Operationally, it works the same. You have all the same features. The buttons are in the same places. The store is now called Downloads because you're going to want to go here to download the new core words that Giselle Marin Connolly have created for us, and there's been field testing done. So those are all available to you free of charge within Go Talk Now. As well, you now have access. If you're a school district, if you work in a school district and you use our curriculum, you now have access to lots and lots of communication overlays to use within each subject area. And those are based on our curriculum. They're intended to be samples, but they're accessible to you through our Go Talk Now online gallery. So that's a little bit of the update. I think we passed out there's some sheets on the table floating with those update information, but it is available now in Go Talk Now. How do you like that? But we're really excited about being able to offer you those core vocabulary pages. They're intended so that you can teach, so you can have one button, you can jump to a 2-button page, but ultimately they'll be in the same location. They're done for the 4, the 9, the 16, all the way through the 36 grid. So you've got core options for all of those levels. And just-in-time programming, you've all heard of that, and JIT. It's really quick programming on the spot with individuals who are going to use your communication tool. And we've woven that into our video modeling app. And that app is called Go Visual. Some of you may have followed some of the posters from, I know Penn State had a couple of posters here. There's been a couple of sessions on video modeling. We've all used video modeling in different forms in the field for years. Suddenly, we have an option to use it as a communication tool. So we have created, in conjunction with the research, something called Go Visual. This is a really quick clip, but you'll visually be able to see. Essentially, this little boy has a birthday. It's a birthday video. And I'm just going to play it so you can see what happens in Go Visual. Hotspot was the cake. Now the word is up there on the screen. Cake. You all saw that flash? It was quick. The research is showing that when a student sees that word cake, it's called Transition to Literacy, T2L feature. When they see that word 50 times, it's in their vocabulary. Wow. Check out that research from the AAC, RERC, or Dr. Jess Carone and Dr. Janice Light at Penn State University. The research is telling us what are we doing with grids with young children? Really, we should be doing a lot more of this video modeling with the very young children. So just like you saw that hotspot, you can create that while you take the little video while you're playing with the child, and as you're going back through and he stops the video to point to something, you can circle it, create a hotspot, and put the word, fun. And then those kids watch those videos over and over within Go Visual. What's cool is that if you have a Go Talk Now consumer, you can use Go Visual. You can have a button in Go Talk Now that takes you to Go Visual, and Go Visual likewise would bring you back to Go Talk Now if your student needs video scene display, the video scene display technology. That makes sense? All right. Wow. I think Go Talk. Wow. Did I say wow? Do y'all have Apple Watches? How many? Any Apple? Oh, we got a couple Apple Watches. All right. Out here in the crowd. Go Talk. Wow. We have a communication app for the Apple Watch. And it has, I know you can hardly see this, but it has about 12 or 14 pre-programmed messages. In addition to that, I can download my photos and play them. I'm going to try to play a message. It's pretty tough. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I can program right on my Apple Watch. So all the programming or customization is done right on the watch.
My daughter Daniela loves her new.
It's not going to be loud enough even with a microphone.
Likes to share.
Sorry, not in here. But ultimately, you can put digitized voice in it, as well as text-to-speech. So it's Go Talk Wow for $49. For those consumers, it's not for everybody. You've got to be able to scroll the tiny areas, or you can swipe. So it's got some features, but it's not nearly as robust as some systems. But for that consumer who needs to wear it, and this Apple Watch is connected to my husband's iPhone, who's in Wisconsin right now. So that means as a mom or a dad, I can own the iPhone and I can send my son or daughter to school or to their community work setting with an Apple Watch, and they could communicate. I just had to initially download it through my Apple iPhone. Does that make sense? All right. Did I not share this in mid-tech, high-tech? That's what happens when you have 2 minutes left. Go Talk 20 Plus Light Touch. Did I say light touch?
Okay. Thanks for your time.
Can you hear it?
Thanks for your time.
All right. So light touch. A lot of consumers, a lot of you have written in, called in, and told us kids love the Go Talk, but they just can't push the button. This is about 5 times lighter. So it sells for $100 more than the regular Go Talks. So you've got the darker green regular Go Talk, same as always, great quality, high voice, good quality, durable equipment. And now you've got the light touch in a 9 plus and a 20 plus. For those folks who need it, it's definitely been proven to be quite effective for those who may not have been able to access a Go Talk before. All right. You guys want to win something? Oh. And, oh, good. She's pre-K. This is going to work. Susan Prowand, SLP, you have just won the Tell Me AAC in the preschool classroom. You have use for it? All right. Thank you for being here. What a great audience you are. You're awesome. But you're so awesome, we should probably drive for another prize, don't you think? All right. Come on, Lena. What are we going to give away? Oh, I think we'll give away my business card. Oh, that would be for a Go Talk Now app. Now $99 in the App Store. And that goes to Teresa Augustiniak. All right, Teresa. Therese, yeah. Here, you'll have to email me and tell me that you won. Now watch everybody in here email me and tell me that you won. Kidding. Do you have any questions? On the tables, right, Elena, we gave little hub cards. Oh, we do have some more free gifts if you want. This is the new Attainment Hub. It's a new practice that we're starting with our curriculum and some of our downloads, like the Tell Me program. You'll be able to get the extras from an online web source. So that's a good thing because not all of us have CD drives or even USB ports anymore, right? So we're trying to move it forward with the new Attainment Hub. So please feel free to stop over at booth 404 and see any of these things more in depth. I mean, in 20 minutes, come on, we got 10 solutions, ladies and gentlemen. So have a great day and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.